Okay, it is 5:30, so we will call the meeting to order. Alicia, will you please do a roll call?
Yep. Lori Belargin,
Here.
Ian McDonald,
Here.
Matt Kukal,
Here.
Lacey Esther,
Here.
Bruce Belargin,
Here.
Sheree Link, Marge Below. Here.
Our district mission: together we engage, educate, and empower all learners, bridging their passions to pathways to create successful futures and positively contribute to our local and global communities. Approval of the agenda needs an amendment, so if we can go forward with a...
Yeah, I'll make a motion to amend our agenda to add the approval of board bills as presented on the February 27th of 2023 agenda that was canceled due to weather.
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries with that addition on the agenda. We will move on to public comment. So, Mike, you're up. Opinions and ideas contributed are valuable to us. The board has set aside 20 minutes. We have one, but please limit comments to 3 minutes. And please state your name, address, and group representative, if any, and the item or concern to be addressed.
Sounds good. Good to see everybody again. My name is Mike Leverty. The home address is 19 Burkmose Park in Hudson. So first I just want to say I appreciate everybody rescheduling and taking this item up on the agenda. I had made a couple comments during your working session, but I just thought I would, kind of reiterate a couple of the comments and just, back story to the school district lines and petition to alter the lines. So just a little backstory on the property. We bought this property about a year ago. The southern portion of our property is Hudson Schools. The northern portion of our property is Somerset Schools. When we bought the property, we have absolutely no plans to develop it. We're going to build one single family home on the property within the next couple of years. And then the remaining portion of the property most likely is going to go into more of a conservation or managed forest land type project. The portion that we do want to build on though is on the Somerset side. We have a ton of respect for Somerset. You guys have a great district. My wife was head coach for the dance team for 9 years. So we spent a lot of time, but the reality is, we live in Hudson, our business is in Hudson, our kids are in Hudson, and most likely we do plan on staying in Hudson. So the intention of the petition would, I know it's a big ask, but it would really simplify the property in the sense that everything would be on one school district versus split between two districts. We would really like to build on the side of the Somerset side and then keep our kids, like I said, in Hudson. The biggest thing, like I said, we do have not planned on developing. There's no students currently enrolled on the property, so it wouldn't switch anything there, and the max would be just a one family or single family home on the property. So other than that, from your perspective, I think the biggest opportunity would be just to simplify and consolidate. If you look at the map, it is an island, it's kind of a donut, all surrounded by Hudson Schools. So I think from a simplicity of busing, there's other factors that would go into it, but I think it definitely would help simplify and clean up some of the lines that are pretty jagged in this area. So other than that, I'll be open for any questions during the agenda item, but I do really appreciate you guys taking up the item. So, thanks.
Thank you, Mike. Okay, well, that takes us forward to the petition to alter school district boundaries. We went through this during the work session in pretty great detail. There's two different petitions that are listed. Does anybody have any discussion, questions, or anything regarding that? No, Shannon, if you want to speak to, there were three, but the third one was taken off from
Yes.
the work session because it wasn't necessarily a petition to
Right.
alter boundaries. It was just for a bus pickup.
Yep. When I called her the day after the meeting, she filled out the paperwork with different intentions. So I connected with her, I connected with the superintendent in Osceola. She had no interest in detaching. It was about transportation. So Osceola approved that. That transportation has already started, so that was not about detachment.
Any other questions or discussions, or would anyone like to make a motion?
I'll make a motion
to recommend the school board deny the petitions to alter boundaries as presented, Leverty and Whitcomb.
Is there a second to that motion?
I'll second.
Any discussion?
I mean, I understand, Mike,
Yeah.
I mean, I totally get it and what you're trying to do, but,
Yep.
I mean, long range, long term, we've had this discussion before, it's a tough one to lose land, property, you know, forever from the district. That's just my take on it. I mean, I get your situation, but I also, for the betterment of the district, I think we have to try to keep as many properties in as we can. And like I brought up before, I mean, I don't think it ever can happen, would happen, but if Hudson's willing to negotiate equal value back to us, you could take that to them. There's islands that Hudson has within the Somerset
Right.
area that, hey, if that's the case, you know, I'm all for it, but
Yeah.
not just to give up.
Yeah, and I did talk, did talk to the state on that. The problem is not be open, is anybody identified that would be open to doing a land swap? Usually what they say is, you know, between the two districts, other parcels will be identified that may want to do a swap. We're just not aware of anybody
Yeah.
or what that process would look like to do a swap. To try to, you know, equal somebody in Hudson currently going into Somerset. So, but I certainly would be open to that as well.
Yeah, thank you for coming and this, to
Yeah.
last meeting and this meeting, and I feel, I'm a softie, so I'm like, oh, but, yeah, as a board member,
Yeah.
just representing the district to give that up as far as tax purposes and those pieces. And then I was thinking in between it, I don't know if there's any way, other creativity wise, since half of your, you know, some is Hudson and some is Somerset, like
Yeah.
if there's, like it's a big chunk of land and I know that you want it all one, but I'm even curious if there's a way to get creative within that.
Yeah,
piece.
and that's
I don't
where
know.
another option, you know, I appreciate you bringing up the, you know, because we have, I think there's 7 different parcels and, you know, 2 of them are Hudson, 5 are Somerset.
Yeah,
You know, one option certainly would be to petition just for the parcel where the home's gonna be on, because we do plan on carving off just 3 acres for the home site. You know, the only thing with that though is how many donuts and holes do we
Right.
really want? Do you mind if you bring up the map? I can show you.
sure.
Because I can see, you know, I totally understand where everybody's coming from, and I kind of knew what the outcome was gonna be, so no feelings to be hurt.
Which one do you think is best?
Um,
I guess they're all pretty similar. Here, let's just open
Yeah,
one.
any
and see
one's
what-
fine, yeah. So, you know, most likely, so this parcel here is Hudson. So we own, it's 150 acres in here. So this is Hudson, most likely we want to build right here. So, you know, if we carve off a 3-acre home site there, you know, then we're gonna really create a donut hole where, you know, this is Hudson, this is Somerset, and this is Hudson. So, you know, I see where I'm sure you guys would much rather 3 acres versus 100, but at what point does it create more headaches down the line? The other thing too is, you know, again, I just go back to busing. You know, most likely, there's a new township road coming off of White Eagle. We also have an access off of McKinley. So, you know, if we either came in here, here, or here, you know, this would be the closest entrance for Somerset. But you're coming down E, down V, through White Eagle Golf Course, in to pick up, you know, one family. If we built and came in off of McKinley, you're coming all the way down somewhere off of River Road, and then we own an easement that goes up into here. So if we do put a driveway into here, you know, I don't know where Somerset buses are gonna come off of River Road to again pick up one family. So if you look at this, it's just it's an island that someday could create a hassle for busing as well.
So that's Old E East on the bottom, like right below the E,
This right here is Old E West.
Old E West. Okay, so the other road option, does it come in off of Old E East?
Yes, so we have a driveway, so this went through a similar process, I don't know how long ago. This was Somerset that petitioned to Hudson, and that won an appeal at the state. So this was changed over to Hudson. They bused to Holton Elementary School. Most likely though, we would come in off of the new White Eagle development. So we would come in you know, if you're coming from Somerset, down E, four-way stop, south on V, through White Eagle Golf Course, and then through and to pick up our kids here.
So what, but Old E West there, so right below the E.
Right here.
So look on, Old E,
Yep, this is Old E West right here.
okay, Old E East.
Yep, that is here.
Does that road drop into you?
That would drop in, most likely not. You could come
It
off
won't
of
come
Johnson
through?
Drive. It does drop in. There's 2 township roads that end here.
Okay.
Most likely though, one option would be for us to build here. This is Hudson. The two most likely the access points where we're gonna come in is either White Eagle Golf Course or McKinley. So if you look on Google Maps, there's a long driveway. There's a house up in here that we would come off of, or White Eagle. Where this is attractive is, especially with us coming back and forth to Hudson, it's off River Road. But if you MapQuest this, coming off of River Road, you're coming through most likely Burkhart, all the way down to River Road, up McKinley to pick up one house.
You're worth it.
Yeah. So I'm saying, long story short on this, we could, again, petition 3 acres. It's just how big of a mess on districts and do you guys want to create long-term? So, but the other, I know this was gonna most likely get declined, so I appreciate that, but we will, we'll appeal. And I think the case that the state will make is, again, this is Hudson, and again, you have an island of school districts, and just trying to clean up lines. So, but.
Any other discussion?
Their petition is specifically for development,
What's that?
Yes, yes.
isn't
They
it? The other
plan
petition
to
is
make
for somebody
development.
plans to develop it.
Yeah, so we have nothing,
The
the
Whitcomb.
Whitcomb,
And it's right above you, right?
you guys probably know more about the development than I do, but,
So open it back up, sorry.
this new development was an extension off of White Eagle. Whoops, I'm sorry, this one here.
Okay.
Where, this is Hudson, this is Somerset, this township road comes in here. So that is a development, totally different owner, different use. But I think, you'd asked a question on how many lots, I think there's like 5 in there, or looking at that one.
Any other questions or discussion? Lori, do you have any questions or discussion?
No, I don't have any questions, and I understand what Mike is asking for, and, I agree with Bruce, we can't give away our district piece by piece. So, and if we did grant the Leverty request, it would make the request for Whitcomb all the more difficult.
Okay, we will do a roll call vote. Right now, the motion is to deny both of the petitions from Leverty and Whitcomb. So we'll go through. Marge?
Yes.
Lori?
Yes,
Cherie?
Yes.
Bruce?
Yes.
Myself? Yes. Matt?
Yes.
Ian?
Yes?
Okay, motion carries. Moving on, we'll look at the board bills.
Thank you, Mike.
Thank you.
Can we, that was on the last, we're adding it to the agenda, but the board bills then were listed on our last session's agenda. There you go. Thank you,
Yep.
Alicia. Were there any questions or further discussions regarding, sorry, I can't talk, the board bills? Is there a motion to approve?
Make a motion to approve 6A board bills.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. We will not do a answer on the table. We'll wait for the next one since this is just a special session. Thank you guys for being flexible with.
Can I make a quick comment
Yes.
though? With the change of the meeting for next Monday, I was scheduled to do the listening session before yesterday and cannot make next Monday. So if
Okay.
anybody would so graciously want to take that listening session.
I can probably be here.
And noting that the meeting time is still,
5:30,
Moved
so
up.
listening session starts at 5.
yes. Okay. Is there a motion to adjourn the meeting?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second. Give it again.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, meeting is adjourned at 5:45.